Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you can hear me. In this episode I'm going to mount some electronic boards for a customer. Before that I do an unboxing of a gear I bought to improve the live streaming. Yeah, they sent me a box like this that reveals the content, so not much surprise. And it's just a stand for the camera or smartphone, so I can use two cameras instead of one. This one has please use the provided unscrew. Okay. Please use the provided Allen key. Okay. This one has Allen keys for to adjust the strength of the joints. I think I like as they are. And then should have both a camera adapter and then smartphone adapter. I plan to use this camera. I'll sort it later. Now you can mount it. Scott Benson, hello Paolo, wonderful friend. Hello Benson, Scotty. We are using two cameras today instead of one. Thanks for joining. We are mounting Season 1 electronics this episode. So the idea is to just plug it here. Yeah, it's a basic idea. I rewatched my first episode and I was always zooming on the bench, then back on the whole desk, then back on close-up. So instead of zooming in and out, I thought two cameras is better than one. Okay. This should connect via Wi-Fi. Connecting. Then here I should try. No, it's not working. Of course it's not. Okay, now it's working. Okay, it's working. So, I got an order from Netrader World for a Dash Season 1-2. I have taco, speedo and voice box, but I miss message center and dummy displays. So we'll build a message center. I have almost finished the message center in here, so it doesn't take long for the screen to end up with the finished product. They miss the actual parts and they have SMD parcel set. Before mounting the actual parts, I always test the displays. So let's do just that. This is LED tester. I just inject the signals. It's better to test the displays instead of mounting everything. The more you can test separate parts, the more reliable the board is once finished. So we're testing upper upper half of the first 5 displays and now the upper half of the last 5 displays. Yeah. Now the bottom half. You may notice if I go directly under the display, I don't actually test the traces. If I go on another display, I test traces, not just the display. And the last one. So everything worked, so I proceeded mounting other parts. If something didn't work, I would check the solder joints, but everything worked, so no rework needed. I have some kitting here, that is all the parts you need for display already picked up from storage. So I need one of each. Usually I mount a batch, but for streaming purpose I'll just mount one. What if you made a standalone test board to test prior to installing? This would serve two helpful purposes. There's I thought of a standalone test board. I have some sub products. I have for voice box, for example, because there are a lot of connection. Also for power board Season 3.4. I have testing boards that help me out when testing. I always evaluate if it is worth doing a test board or not for specific boards. It depends on how much time it will having such a board, testing board will save me versus just probing around. With the test board, you usually test at screw terminals level from outside. With probing, you can test from inside, and that's what I want to do on the message center. Test before the board is complete. After it's complete, I can test on screw terminals. Before it's complete, I need to probe around. You can do a test board to test for the board which is not complete. You need pogo pins, they are called, which are spring-loaded pins. And you build a board which this one sits on, and then pogo pin test. But you saw I did a whole lot of connections for this kind of test. That was 16 times 10, that was 160 connections. And it's not practical to do that with the pogo pins. Yeah, I test the boards. The point every board. I'm sure, always sure there are no defective pins. The point is building specific hardware for testing, or using standard laboratory equipment for testing. And I choose depending on the board. For this board, I prefer probing around. For other boards, I built testing boards, like for voice box and for power board for Season 3.4. I built a specific testing board. For other products, I just probe around. I think what you want is an installer testing board, not a manufacturer testing board, maybe. Or an installer testing procedure, not the manufacturer testing procedure. It's better to solve just 2 pins and choose and control and test alignment, and then solve the remaining pins. Let me go in standard mode. Yes. So I better see. I see better. Yeah, to test the LEDs, you can do after mounting the whole product. What was testing now was not if the LEDs are out, but if I solder the traces onto the parts. To test the LEDs on finally built boards, you can just ask the board to display all alphabet. I can show you how to do after I mount this one. The noise you hear is a fume extraction unit. I'm trying to figure out a solution to pick up my voice on the microphone, but not the background noise. Maybe on next episode. Okay, Scott, so you test LEDs before soldering a PCB? Yeah, of course. You test just the display before soldering, that's a good idea. And for that, a custom board with pogo pins is good. But I buy these LEDs from directly from manufacturer. They come sealed. I don't buy from distributors, I buy from manufacturer directly. They are sealed with there's 400 display inside your VR. They are sealed with silica gel to preserve from moisture. When I open it, I solder them. On the first roll I bought, I tested them, but 100% works. So I don't test them anymore. I'm sure they work, or high confident they work. So I just keep testing the LEDs before mounting because they are very reliable supplier, and I test traces after mounting, as you saw here. A boom mic or your lapel? Yeah, I was thinking about something like that. Yes, very good suggestion. I was thinking either a boom mic here, but this shelf is attached to the bench. Every time I hit it would say boom boom. I can suspend it with elastics, but maybe it's just a lapel here is better option. Thanks for a suggestion. Again, to solder joints, then check. A clip-on mic to your shirt. Yes, Kevin. Thanks for advice. I'm starting my mind. I'm leaning towards just that you suggest. This maybe first is focus on the boards and not on the desk. Yes, Scott. My shirt is the best option. Yeah? Precisely for what you say. If I move around, you still get my voice. Without ambient noise. Yes, Scotty. I'll put something. Scott suggests make a square to know where you are on camera. I make a square with something, yes. Like this. It looks like a magic trick. 4 coins for one hand. Oh, now I know where I'm on frame. I forgot two parts because there are two capacitors and two optocouplers. I just took one. I need one more. Let's do overkill this. This is called blue tack, but there are several colors. I can just use my finger to hold this, but let's over-engineer this with blue tack. Okay. Okay. I know what the problem is that this image is flipped. Not this time. I will need to rotate this image 100 degrees, otherwise I get confused. I can shut off the noise from the fume extractor. It's not on camera. And now go for testing. Before testing, I do visual inspection. I can't use the camera. Looks good to me. So I test it. I use 12-volt power supply, and now ideegeniali boards feature detachable screw terminals. Is there a chance in your next video you can get over your season 4 pod? Yeah. I still need the set to go in with electronics. You can just rotate the camera. Yeah, not with the not with the boom arm I have. Maybe I can. No, I think I can't, so I will rotate it software. Because camera is on this arm, and then the bottom of the camera is here, the top here. It doesn't rotate like this, it rotates like this. But it's an easy software fix, but I'm not so expert on the software to do this on the fly right now. And Kevin says, is there a chance in your next video you can go over your season 4 function pod electronics? I've never seen them and still need a set to go with my beautiful electronics. I've made this my mind about this can definitely be done, and it's usable, and it's also planned since a very long time, because I have system for pods, but I don't have a video, and I think I can do a live show when I shoot the video and mount the video for the SwitchPod 3.4. Another idea I have is when I come across a suggestion, I'll just write it down so I don't forget it. And then we'll have a list of suggestions. I may do a poll and see what the community wants, and then I do that on the live show. So I'm taking notes. There, I created file suggestion for live stream and wrote down your idea. I'll put it upside down so it's and apparently it works. Let's test the push button input. Don't do this. I do this here, but it's very dangerous if you go to the wrong place. So if you want to test the push button input, connect the real push button. Where is it? PV. Okay. It works. And then there is WFD, which shows low fuel from the speedo. And then there is a feature which is not documented very well, but these boards talk with a microcontroller if you want. I need to test that as well. So I'm attaching a serial USB to serial board. This is an Arduino board, but it's not populated. There is no chip in here. I'm just using the USB to serial part. And I go to PC. Maybe too much on the screen if I show the screen. I see if I can capture this for you. I think I can. Let's try like this. Okay, now I type serial commands in this window. Message center will react. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. So I give hello Kevin and Scott. Thanks for joining the live stream. So in another video I should document this protocol so everybody who can use a microcontroller can show their messages on the message server. So this works, so I print out a label for it. And this goes directly to a box for a customer this time, instead of stock, because it's already sold. I also need dummy display 3 rows and dummy display 6 rows. So I get rid of message center stuff. Actually, I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. Here is dummy display 3 rows and 6 rows. I always pick up boards which are half mounted for the live stream, so I just show the end part of the mounting till the complete board. Because if I start from scratch, it's too long. So I have all SMD parts are mounted. SMD parts are mounted. On the dummy tree I also mounted the yellow LEDs. And I missed the bar graph, 12 segment bar graph. So I need 9 red here, 6 red here, Then 3 red green here and 6 red green here. These are red green, so 6 for 6 for this dummy display and 3 for, where is it? Okay, I need 3 red green here and 6 red green here. These are all red. I need 9 here. And 6 here. Now, this bar graph comes with a frame, a white frame. There is 12 LEDs, then a black background, and then a white frame. When you put two, one next to the other, you end up with a missing LED space and a white frame that doesn't look good because it's not all around. So what I do is I cut the white part here so that it goes side to side, black to black, and you have a single frame all around. So let's switch from electronic mount to CNC machining. you attach CNC machine, it's better to first attach the electronic control and then power, so that it doesn't move by mistake. This is control software. I have a ready-made toolpath, and I need to cut 1.2 millimeters for a dummy 3 bar graph. Okay. So this goes here. Let's check orientation. I need to cut on this side. So I put it like this on the machine. I have a fixture that lets me mount subsequent parts always in the same place. So I just need to align once. I don't have to align many times. I touch the part with a mill bit for reference. Now you can say this is 0Z and 0Y and type how much I want to cut here. I want to cut 1.2 millimeters. And I'm ready to cut. I take a vacuum cleaner so I don't mess with debris. Then it's a good idea to check for correct size. it fits, but it's too stiff, because the pins don't stay on the middle of the hole, but stay on one side, because they are pushed on the side, and they tend to stay like this instead of staying flat. So it's better to cut a little more. I can either adjust in software the reference, or since this is open loop control, I can just move the motor. By 3 steps. Each click is 4 motor steps actually. So let's try with 3 and test again if it's enough. It's better than before, but I still need the tad, so let's do 2 more steps. 1, 2. This is perfect, and for the reminders I just go against the fixture and they end up being on the same sides. I forgot ear protection, it's better to use it. I've seen you writing something. I don't want to cut my fingers by mistake, so I finish those and then answer. These were red-green. These are all red, so I check sides again because they may be slightly different. Looks good. So let me get rid of CNC machine, and then I'll answer your requests. So Scott says the resin overlay for pillow. Sorry for the season 1 lower console. Can add recess on back side for the spacemat overlay to fit into. So there are 2 overlays for the lower console. One made out of aluminium by Night Rider World, and the other made of resin by me. The one made in aluminium has RSS, the one made in resin has not. And I think I can add it. So I take note. This is a very good suggestion. So let's do screen cap transition. Okay. Let's take note. Product suggestion. Lower console overlay CSO12 01 pilot resin. Make a recess for spacemat overlay to fit in. Okay. Live stream suggestion. Okay. Then we have Kevin Knight. I'm confused. Do they not produce a segment with correct lambda over LEDs? Yes, they do. That's the this died. Okay. Very strange. Back online. Okay. They do. This is what's happening there? They do. This is correct number of LEDs. It's 12. It's the same part they used in the show. By looking at the TV show, it's just when you attach two. Maybe you were asking, do they produce 24 just one part? No, they don't. They didn't in the 80s either. They produce 12 segment displays, and in the show they just put two side to side. And by inspecting the frames of the show, either they cut like this or they paint it black, but from the spacing I think they cut the part as I do. So it's two parts, one next to the other, 12 segments on one, 12 segments on the other, and 24 in total. And there's a gap in the middle. on the two-pair join, and there was a gap in the TV show, so they used two parts as well. Scott Benson, safety first, of course, yeah, very good advice, everybody should follow at all times. Kevin, now I understand, so the LEDs are the same distance between on the longer runs. Yeah, the gap, why is not working? I've lost this camera, okay. No problem. Yeah, so the long distance, there's a gap in between the first 12 and the second 12, and the gap is long as one LED. Scott, this it Kev, and don't have the window less looking guy, okay. Kevin Knight, lower console spacemat, fantastic, so many options. Thank you, Kevin. I can tell you a little story of that product. I was doing a spacemat with just USB keyboard. Then some clients asked for MP3 playback, and I did a custom spacemat MP3 playback once, and then another time with two different approaches. Some other customer wanted DTMF playback, and my voice box does the DTMF playback, so I produced the PDF that I was sending on email to attach my old USB spacemat to VoiceBox for DTMF playback. Then some other clients asked for a microcontroller link, and at that time, instead of having many different custom spacemats, I decided to just build one with all features that over the past decade different people asked me. So it's an all-in-one product that has not features I came up with. For example, I came up with the USB keyboard, but some people used it. My idea was to control a car PC from the spacemat and to do whatever you want in 32 keys. Some people did this, but it was not that was not a request that came from the community. It was an idea of mine. Instead, DTMF tones and microcontroller link and MP3 playback came from the community. That's why it's very appreciated. I listened and gave back. Also for the spacing, Anthony provided me with the calculator from the show, so it's perfect. It was almost perfect spacing when I designed it out of the TV show frames by doing measures on the photographs. But it's perfect size now that I have physical hardware to match to. And it's been a challenge because you don't have much space, and the feature request was huge. It's been a challenge to design that. Another request was also dual supply, that is 12 volts or 5 volts from USB or 12 volts from car, depending on how you use it. When it's to a car PC, you already have USB, you don't mess up with 12 volts. When you have 12 volts for MP3 playback, you don't want also a 12 volts to USB power adapter. And it's easy to do that. You have to select the supply with a jumper. It's easier to design, but it's harder to use. And I did auto select. You can go in with 12 volts or USB or both. Nothing is broken. It auto selects supply. And also there are 5 volts microcontrollers like Arduino or others, and there are 3.3 volts microcontrollers like a Raspberry Pi or SP266, and latest spacemat support both voltages. In this case, we have to move a jumper to select which one. So I'm happy for this, the feedback, the enthusiastic feedback. So thank you, Kevin, for giving this feedback to me. Scott, that would make setting the overlay flash on the spacemat and lower console much easier. Yes, we talked about heights on that assembly. I was suggesting attaching the spacemat to the overlay, but you suggested attaching the spacemat to the fiberglass, so now I ship two different hexagonal standoffs for the two mounting options. We can have a talk, not live, but in private, to better see what are the needs for this recess and improve the products. Yeah, Scott, it's when you were grinding off the white ends. I'm not sure I understand because English is not my mother tongue. I'm not sure if you're referring to this white ends and milling or on the spacemat standoffs, which were white, and you have to grind them for correct height. Now they ship longer white ones and lower black ones for two mounting options. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Anyhow, I want to finish those boards. By the way, these were ordered by Knight Rider World. I'm sure everybody knows him, but just in case somebody doesn't, this is the website. knightriderworld.com, and this is the most wide range of products for replica builders, because it carries products from many different vendors and also builds, the collection is huge. Also builds its own products. The generic products are featured on this website. The products he designs himself, there are overlays. Yes, these overlays by the Rider World. I improved the sign there. These were three different parts. He joined them and made this bendable so you don't see the gap here, and it's easier to mount. You can of course cut if you prefer, but it's way easier to mount as they suggest. He made this product which is a screen holder, so it's easier to mount the screens onto the fiberglass. He carries the screens, and on fiberglass, I'm not fiberglass expert, I'm an electronics expert, but I see there are several revisions, so he keeps improving his fiberglass products over time. And we also design some products together, like Countdown. We share some ideas on how to build it. Also Switchpad. This is a joint venture. We exchanged a lot of feedback back and forth to end up with this product. So the electronics adapted to plastic needs and vice versa. And when we don't strictly design to also for the gas pedal, it was a joint venture. When it's not a joint venture, we'll still make sure everything fits. So he designed the overlay for voice box season 3.4. I designed electronics, but yet still we talk to each other to ensure that dimensions are the same and they fit perfectly. So there you go. knightriderworld.com. And he ordered this board I'm building today. Yes, so I was referring on grinding here. I was meaning them, yeah. Yeah, the delay problem on streaming is true. There are no fixes. One fix is to end stream and start again. But it's not a real-time experience. So anyhow, so the only thing I can do is you post a question and then I do what I'm doing and then answer them later. It's just faster than email, but it's not real time. No? It's not a phone call. This camera went off, so it's the battery. I have another battery, but it's also had problems with the computer links, so I tried with the smartphone. I'm happy with this stand. I have bigger stands, but this is just the correct size for what I need here. No, this covers the camera, it's not good. No, I'll have to find something else. So we are back to single camera mode. I'll sort this out for next stream. We are back to manual zoom. Okay. And then I guess no, 2 camera is better than 1. So I milled that 2 millimeters away and then final pass at the correct distance. So the finish is good, but still you have some debris on one side, which I clean. I want to show the pile. Okay, I have this idea. This is a light. Light is always pointed where I need it. It has a handle with 2 screws. So if I 3D print a cellular smartphone holder, I place the smartphone here, it will always point where I'm looking or where I'm shading light. Just a minute. I'll try something very naive. This is so stupid that it may actually work. Or maybe not. Okay, no, it's not stable. Maybe. So, all right. Okay, it worked. So let's do this all red or yeah, all red. I can see. Oh, come on. Just this. This is all red. Let's double check. Red. All right. Then we need one green, red, red, green. Alright. And M3 insert, that's interesting. Sorry, I can talk. For dummy display 3 rows, I inserted all the parts. Now we go to dummy display 6 rows. This is red green here, and then all red anywhere else. I'll do some chat now. Scotty says, be careful, I cannot call 112 for you. Was referring to when I was using this knife on the bargraphs. See, this wobbles. I use this to flip the bar without having the pads fall down, but then you don't need it. So I don't solder everything, otherwise if there's a misalignment you can't fix it. Now what, I try to rotate this image. I'll show what I do. Okay, so I have this and I need to rotate. Maybe it's easier than this. Towards. Yeah. Precision. I can also crop it. Okay. Close and then here we go. Back. So if you solder everything, there is a misalignment, you can't fix it, not easily fix it. So it's better to just solder one pin. Then make sure it's on the PCB, it's not raised. On the other side as well. And for the center part, they can mismatch like this. It looks terrible. So to be sure they are aligned, I use this system. I took some of these are holding clips the sizes are quite fine and tried all the sizes. For this purpose, the smallest one are the better ones. I used to have 6, but I've lost one, I don't know where. Maybe someday will come out. Not a problem, I can use 3 and another 3. So basically I control that they are not raised one side and lowered the other side by pushing. And then for movements like this, I can just clip them together. And then check again they don't have one raised and one lowered. I tried different methods to align these parts. This one worked best so far. I don't think anybody else using it. I came up with this. It's not a standard electronic practice. I think it gives good results. And if you just machine wave solder this board, they will never align perfectly. So sometimes hand soldering is by far better than machine soldering when it comes to part alignment. It takes some time but gives better results. I can't solder because I have the camera on the way. I have to move it aside, then you can't see, so I need to... It is very versatile stand. I need to move camera aside and then... I'm surprised this is actually working. I think I can 3D print a smartphone support for real. Yeah. Okay. Then I do the middle, just one solder point in the middle for each bar graph. I'm using these as racers because otherwise these are on the way with the desktop, so the board sits on racers. Now they are fixed in place and it's easier, they don't move. Oh, I soldered at the bottom ones, I should have not, because they were not yet secured. Not a big deal. I can move them, or for as long as there is just one solder joint, they are easy to move around. And they self-align thanks to pressure from the pliers. The clips. That's good for me. Now I can either solder all these pins are very long. I can either solder them and then cut, but the risk of bridging is high because there are long pins, so it's better to cut them before. Kevin Knight asks, after building all these electronics, do you have any interest in building a car or dashboard for yourself? My passion is for boards with lots of LEDs, so this dash matches my passion very well. But I'm not really into the car itself. Maybe I'll change my mind one day. And I think I would really like a dash to display on living room for my house. But I did not do that for now. Maybe I will in the future. I like building boards more than I like building a car. I think it's the nice thing is that there are car builders that can build the electronics. I like building the electronics, but I'm not in car. We can provide each other what's missing. That's the idea. I like building boards for those who can't build them themselves. That's the point. I land this stream here because I have other things to do at this time. It's been a pleasure, and I will leave these birds aside and finish them on camera and do other stuff off camera, but I don't finish these birds, so for somebody seeing episode 2 and then episode 3, we continue from where we left until finished birds. And my plan is to do episode 3 tomorrow at the same time. That's the plan. I have something to do tomorrow morning. I think it will finish tomorrow morning. I'm not 100% sure. I hope it does. If it does, we'll see on the stream at the same time tomorrow and finish those birds on camera. Thanks for staying here. This last is for the sad time needed. I'll do something better for next time. And I have sort of ending titles. I can improve on them. For now I have these ending titles. Bye bye.